Alright, so now that we have all these textures right here, I want you to import it into Unity. So we have our individual kind of magic ones and also our texture for animation later, and this textures, of course. So all you have to do is highlight every single one of them, shift left mouse click, and then control left mouse click. Drag and drop, and then drag it into your texture folder here on Unity. But as for me, I've already done that, so I'm good. So when you have them already into your texture here on Unity, I want you to go to your materials folder and create a bunch of these. Right click, create a material right here. And then just change this into particles right here and additive. And as for me, I've put random ones that I'm going to use. And feel free to do the same thing. Actually, you might change your mind along the way as to which kind of textures that you are going to use, but I want you to have something for now to experiment on. So the name of my materials right here matches the name of my texture. As you can see, I'm using V1 texture, so my material is V1. This one is like a D6, so this is a D6. It's one of the symbols that I've used. And also D5, as you can see, my texture is D5 here. So yeah, set up your materials, add some random textures on them, and let's go ahead and start this. So, right click here, create empty, reset. This is going to be name your swamp vortex, or this something of the sort. So, swamp underscore vortex. Make sure everything is 0 and 1. When you transform, right click, and we are gonna go to particles. So effect, particle system, and this is going to be my, I think V4. And this is going to be bigger, and then it's going to be smaller. It's like a pulsating thing. It's really hard to explain on words, so I'm just going to show you visually. So this is my big to small. And I'm going to drag my V4 there, right here. My material, as you can see, it changes rapidly, quickly. And from here, we're going to start messing with this. So I want it to stay in one place, so start speed should be 0. Also, for now, I'm gonna drag this up to the parent so I can see what I'm doing. Go back to my here. And also max particle right here. I just want 1. Because 1 is the only thing that I'm going to mess with. So start size, I want it to be maybe 8. I don't know yet how big I want it to be, but we'll see. Right now, these are just numbers. Just to see how it's going to look like. And as you can see, it's moving. It doesn't have a point of pivot here where it just stays in one place. And I want it to stay in one place, so I'm gonna turn off my shape. Now you're permanently there, honey. So you're just gonna be there. So I'm gonna go to my mission and put 1 here, because I want it to emit 1 at a time. And renderer, here at the bottom, I want it to be on vertical, so it's facing me wherever I go. If this is on horizontal, it's gonna be on the top, no matter what. But of course, we want it vertical, so it's gonna stay there vertically. So I'm gonna scroll up a bit. Don't drag your particles like this, okay? I want you to drag it from the parent. So every time that we kind of reset this, it's gonna be at the bottom, and we can prefab it fast. Don't ever drag it from your particle, okay? So I'm gonna click this middle here and center this. Maybe something like this? I don't know yet, but we'll see. By the way, if your shader is being like this, it looks broken, it's only because you're in this view. So make sure that you are on perspective. So I'm going to go back here. Max particle, I'm going to put that on 3. Because when I zoom in, I want it to stay 3, you know, instead of like that. So go back to number 3. Okay. Color over lifetime. So where's that? Color over lifetime right here. I'm going to change this into something that kind of disappears and then appears again to kind of smoothen the transition. So add 1 here, left mouse click. Click this one, drag it all the way here. Click this one, drag it all the way here. So now you have something that looks like this. And now it appears, and now it disappears. Slowly, but surely. It's like dying. So right now you can play with the colors if you so want, but I just want all the functionality to kind of work first. It's kind of like white boxing. You want the technicalities to work first before you start designing, just to make sure you're not wasting time designing and stuff like that. So I want this to rotate, so where's my rotation? Rotation over lifetime, this one. Enable this. I want this to be maybe slower, like 5, no, maybe 10. Yeah, 10's good. And of course, I wanted to zoom in and out, so that is gonna be size over lifetime. Alright, so now we have something like this, but I want this to start big first, so I'm gonna click here. So now as you can see, small and then big. So I want another one of these, so I'm gonna duplicate this, so Control D, and this time I want it to be small to bigger, so small to bigger. So I'm gonna go to my size over lifetime and just basically invert this. So we have something that kind of look like this. But I don't want it. I really don't want it to disappear just like that. So I want it to be smaller, get bigger, and then get smaller again. So I can control how big this is by just dragging these things right here. I'm gonna start here on my small to big. I want it to be just as small, let's see. So that's how small it goes. I usually just wait. Alright, that's good. And I'm also gonna level this into something like this. I'm just gonna level them up. This one too, just click it and level this thing right here. Like that. Right click here and add key and just drag it up to how big you want it to be. Maybe not that big, but this big. I'm gonna do the same on the other one, but as you can see, it kind of pauses a little bit when it gets bigger, and I don't want that, so I'm gonna invert this a little bit, just like this. Maybe click this and do this. Maybe, that's fine. Something like this is good. Alright, so just controlling your curves makes everything really, really, really smooth. And maybe make the rotation a little bit faster. Alright, good. I'm gonna do this here, but invert it. So this time I'm gonna click this so everything is automatically leveled up. This time I want it to be this big. Right click here, add, and just go away here. And I can just click this, shift left mouse click, and watch all of them just grow. See? Now you have something kind of pulsating in a way. Now I'm gonna play with color now for a bit, just because I want everything to look kind of cute. This one, maybe, I don't know, bluish? This is like really temporary. Alright, so now we have two pulsating things. I want something that just rotates by itself. So, I'm gonna duplicate this lower one, Control D. And this is just like a, maybe I'm gonna use a V11. This one. Drag this here to apply that texture. And this time I want it to change size, but not by that much, you know? So let's see this one. Maybe not there, but right here. And also I'm going to kind of tint the color a bit so I can differentiate it. I'm also gonna make the rotation a little bit faster. So 20. And I'm just gonna experiment, maybe put this into 2. Let's see what that looks like. Alright, so now we have 2 things. Also, let's see what this looks like first. Let's play. Right, so it's kind of in the middle a bit. So I'm gonna try and add another one. Maybe duplicate this one and just put this as V. Let's see, which one's good? Maybe I'm gonna add another one, so Control D here. So now I have V2 and apply V2 texture. So I'm gonna add that here. And I'm just gonna put here V2. So now I have something a little bit pulsating, but not so much. I don't want it to pulsate that much, so I'm gonna go to my size over lifetime and just, I want it to stay the same shape. And I want it to be randomized between 2 constant on rotation, so it's not the same all the time. So random between those 2. max particles maybe 2. Also, I can change the color into 2 random colors right here. I can just maybe go here, whichever one I want, something like that. Also, maybe make this -15, so it's not always going on the right side all the time. Also, emission, I'm gonna put 2, so 2 of them can run at the same time. As you can see, with 2 different speed, and that looks good for me. And around this time, I'm gonna duplicate this again, and this time this is going to be D6. And as you can see, it's just a matter of duplicating things and just putting random, not random, but like, if you know what you're doing and you know all the settings, you know exactly how to like, you know, mess with it and make things look good. So, apply D6 here. I want this to appear, let's see, size over lifetime. I want this to stay constant in the same size. Maybe around here. Maybe here. Let's see the color of a lifetime here. Lower it down for a bit. I want it to be transparent, but not so much. I don't know if that makes any sense, but... Alright, so what if I add one here and I lower it down? Add one here, lower it down. So now it appears, and then it disappears really fast. Maybe, spread it a bit, girl? Not blend, but here. Alright, perfect. And now it's just a matter of delaying things and not delaying things. So, this time let's mess with our D5 right here. So, I'm gonna mess with this. Control D. I'm gonna name this D5. D% D5. Okay, so drag this here. Now as you can see, everything is popping, but it's kind of like 4 at the same time. I kind of don't want that. I want mine to appear randomly on any areas. But that's what I want. But if you like the effect, copy it, dude. Like, do what you can to make your project look good. So, I'm gonna randomize the colors. This time sample from the environment, maybe, but make it brighter, something like that. I'm gonna go to my texture sheet animation and put this 2x2. So as you can see, now one appears again, but they're kind of like gonna be different. Now you can go to emission and edit this if you want 3 at the same time to appear. Or maybe just 1 at a time, if that's what you want. But like I said, I want mine to appear everywhere. Maybe go to shape, enable this. And as you can see, it's already out of its pivot point. It's appearing everywhere. I'm gonna put this into a box. So technically, everything is going to be kind of appearing a little bit inside of the box. I just have to make it bigger than what I've set the value to. Like in here, start size, and you know, the renderer is like maximum size there. So I'm gonna put this into, let's see, 15. Let's just experiment. 20. Girl, too big. Let's see, 15. Maybe 10. Let's see. Put this on ISO so I can see the size. Let's see on each side. Doesn't really matter what the size of this is. I can even make this into 0.2. I just care about the size vertically. Now, this is just a test run, but I see things appearing way under here and I don't want that. Maybe, just maybe, put this into 5 and test how this is. And I'm gonna change my size here into maybe randomize this. Maybe I want 3. Let's see what 3 looks like. I'm gonna make this into 3 so you can see what it looks like. Alright, that's 3. Maybe 2 and then 4. So now we have things that are like that, and it's gonna appear on these areas around here. But it's gonna be closely to this box. So I want 3 at a time, like per second, and max particles is going to be 3. So we're gonna have supposedly 3 of this at a time popping everywhere, like randomly. Which is what I like. Also, maybe from here, I can change the sizes even more. It's already randomized here. Yours when you were start size, but I can even randomly here. If I want to make it bigger. As you can see, I want it to be smaller for a bit and then bigger. There we go. And maybe I kind of want their life to be a little bit longer. So that was being controlled also by my color over lifetime because I have this transparency here. So I can put this a little bit like that. But I also don't like the fact that they keep changing in the middle of it. So let's see if we can change that. There's so much things open, like jeez. Maybe I can randomize it by putting a random direction, maybe 1 here, spherical, maybe 1 here, 2, randomize position. Let's see. Maybe keep this at 0. I can maybe also maybe put 1 here. Alright, so let's keep trying to control things here. I'm gonna go C first and play this. I'm just gonna highlight everything to see how everything is going. As you can see, it looks good on my part, but now I want to kind of like control which one shows first and which one doesn't. So obviously I want this first to kind of appear. So I'm just gonna put a delay here, maybe 0.1 second. And then this one is, which one is this? This one maybe I'm gonna put here maybe just 1 second. And this one is going to appear 0.8 seconds later. This one, which one is this? This is going to appear 2 seconds later. And this one is going to appear 3 seconds later. So if we play this, these are the ones that's supposed to show first. Now we have something that kind of look like this. Okay, so now it's just a matter of changing sizes. Not that one, not this one either. I'm gonna make this bigger, so I'm gonna duplicate. And I'm also going to duplicate the V2 here because I want another texture. Still I'm not sure which one first. Maybe a V1 or a V... Let's see. I have to test it first, so V3. That's what that looked like. Let's see. That's what this looked like. Find more things here. I mean, I'm definitely gonna add this, V3. Alright, so V3. Right here. Also gonna change its direction so it's not too much, maybe 10 and -5. I can also change its size into maybe 9 or maybe 10 and see how this looks. Alright, so maybe change the color too. Sample here, take this up, sample here, maybe take this up here. Now we're getting somewhere. And this one, where was that? My D6. I'm gonna make this a little bit kind of bigger. So if you're making changes while you're in play mode, don't worry too much. We can kind of fix that simply by just copying this, Control C, before you unplay, then Control V, and you're gonna keep those changes, okay? So if you want a continual view of your particles while you're editing them, keep in mind that you can edit them while in play mode. So which one was the other one that I have to edit? It was the universe one, the V11. I have a feeling that I have to move it. I'm gonna put it on ISO. Like that. Maybe turn off. Actually, the shape is already off. I just want to make sure that it's in the middle. Like that. Happy with the changes. So I'm gonna copy this. Control C and exit play mode. Delete this. And then Control V. Also, you can highlight them and see everything, by the way. So this one's moving too slow for me, so I'm gonna bump it 20. -15. Alright. I'm gonna duplicate it. Duplicate this too. So I have V5. Maybe where's V5 right here? This one. So maybe I'll try this here to see what it looks like. V5. Now we have this, but I want to change the color, so rich in blue. Alright, also here, take it on the blue areas a little bit. And here maybe on the blue-green areas. And we can even move this whole thing, right here at the back. Right here, so it's not in front of my rock. Let's play this. And then we have a portal that kind of look like this. Alright, so I kind of like how everything is. It's just I thought it's a little bit too small. I'm gonna hit play mode and just adjust all the size. If I don't want it, I can just hit them play and everything's back to normal. Start size, I'm just gonna add +1 in everything. V11, 9, maybe 10. V2, maybe 9.5. D6, maybe 12. D5, maybe. Where's my size? Start size, maybe 5 and 3.5. 13, start size 11. Is this my symbol one? V3, no. Alright, perfect. V5, this is my 11. Alright, so I like where everything is heading, and everything looks really, really neat. Maybe just add one more, so we can make use of all our textures. Let's see what's available. I want something smoky. Let's see, V8. I'm not sure if I like this yet, but we'll see. I'm gonna put 30 here so I can see it. Alright, there it is. It's so big. Let's see, 25. Kind of a little bit bigger. Maybe I'm gonna keep that for now. Alright, so I'm gonna delete this and Control V. And for now I'm gonna keep that as it is. So, this one though, I'm gonna delete this. I don't know why it's in there. I'm just gonna paste that here. And also, I am going to change the color a bit. This one too. And also, while you guys are messing with your particle system, make it look good as possible. Duplicate, attach a bunch of textures, edit a bunch of areas here, emission, shape, velocity over a lifetime. There's a lot here that you can do. Just experiment on them. And of course, if you miss the basic explanation, the full-blown explanation of this, it's on the beginner course. Alright, so while you guys are at it and changing your VFX and experimenting, I'm just gonna reposition a lot of things. Alright, so now we have something that kind of look like this. So I'm gonna design the side stings even more and kind of reposition and make sure that everything looks good. And on the next video, what we are going to do is lighting, a bunch more designing, and then optimizing, and then we're done. Alright, so I'll see you on the next video.